G'day everybody. I want to talk about muzzer bites and muzzies, as it's the time of year to get mozzie bites. Looks like they're doing that. See, they must be busy with the warm weather around here. Yeah, you jump in there and play in the pool and get wet before the end of the day. You go do that as we talk about mozzies. And we've got to tip out that pool besides drowning bugs to not create mozzies around. And when I do this pond, I'm hoping to keep a nice flow, like a flow kind of thing. Because the more better flow, like you get, the more likely you're not going to create mozzies. Well, we don't want mozzies. Now, imagine a mad scientist decided to go, oh, well, let's change these mozzies, right? These mozzies carry disease, they do this, they do that. And we have a human pandemic where they like to eat too much and we have obese, right? And so we'll change these mozzies to not suck blood, but to suck fat. And so that way it helps keep the population down. Is if these fat people have problems, what they can do is they can just go out and be bitten. Right? We will change these mozzies when they bite you to get rid of the itchy effect. Right? So you won't get the itchy effect, and if they suck on you, they only make you skinnier. So they become like your friends. You'd be like, oh, mozzies don't annoy me. They're a little bit like in the way, but go laying over there. You won't feel them. They're very light. They sit there and they'll suck your fat away. But what happens when humans become nature? What happens if the mad scientist just got that part where it sucks and played around with things and then goes, oh yeah, this one's sucking fat, and then releases it and not understands that it's still changing? What happens if nature steps in and it breeds with another? Could it bring back a fat blood-sucking thing? Could it change things? And it could. And so humans try to make something better and it turns into these blood-sucking things, right? But besides all that, even if it just sucked fat, right, in the end, you'll end up having these people dying from sucked to death in poor countries. We wouldn't want that, would we? Imagine that. Poor countries getting more screwed over, not because of a disease they carry, but because it sucks the life out of them. That'll be no good. But that helps in another country. Like in America, they'll be like, oh, we're quite fine. And skinny people like being skinny here. They throw up, so we can all afford to eat. And so in America, where it was released, it worked out. But then when it travelled overseas to these other countries that starve, you've seen they get wiped out by it. And so a good thing for one area, but a bad thing for another, isn't it? And so you never go rushing in when it comes to experiments, when it comes to genetic changes, those type of experiments for sure, before you release anything out to anything. Otherwise you have problems. But you know, humans, if they can do, they will do it. And how can you stop them from doing it? Well, you can't, as governments need them to do what they do. Isn't that sad? But anyway, hopefully one day that'll all change. Hopefully one day we won't get such an outcome of a blood-sucking mosquito. What do you reckon? Have a good one, everybody. And I thought I'll chuck something out for the Halloween day. The Halloween blood-sucking, fat-sucking, crazy mutated, 3 feet big, as it had a sudden mutation in the size rank, as they wanted it a little bigger to help them out to suck out, and it mutated. And so you had these 3 feet blood-sucking, fat-sucking monsters. Or we would just have the normal fat-sucking ones, and it was good for one part of the world and not the other. And they had to learn to eat more, otherwise they were sucked to death. Happy Halloween, everybody, and see you later.